Hey everyone, thank you for joining me for another video, and today we are back in Eden Crafters. So, since last episode, what's changed? Well, there's been a few bits and pieces that have changed. I've made some big changes over that side of the map. If I scooch out to the map, okay, as you can see, I've done a little bit of flying around, and I've dropped a couple of planetary sensors down. Which are, what are they called? They're the analysis radars. So I've got an idea of where a lot more of my ore piles are. As you can see, there's been a few different bits and pieces where there's some solar panels and things that have been thrown out there. I've thrown in some more of the water facilities around and about. As you can see, they've got a bunch more around here. Those are all good. They're all working nicely. Obviously, but again, within the range of this particular analysis radar, you don't see any of the rest of it. We put a load of them around here, if you remember. But anyway, so let's go and take a quick wander around. And oh, my spaceship appears to have fallen off its docking. All right, let's try that. Let's get ourselves back up. Over in what was our kind of production area, I've turned it into absolute conveyor belt spaghetti. I've made a right old mess of it, but you know, it is what it is. I've thrown a couple more of our area fertilizers down just to try and get us some more of our terraforming done. Let's get ourselves parked down here out of the way. Oops. Vaguely parked, although it doesn't quite think it is. But yes, so around here, as you can see, I've expanded out. I've thrown another tier 2 warehouse or two down, and I've been doing things like cables coming in to create ourselves. Over is on number 5 is our computers. Obviously it's night time, so power's going to be a little bit lower than normal. I haven't found a good way of doing that other than I'd have to put like 50 to 100 wind turbines down. I haven't found a good alternate power sources yet. But yeah, so I've got all kinds of things coming in here. With this one, which was the carbon fiber and everything in, this now has the advanced filters, carbon fiber, graphite rods, the plated connectors, and I even got some rotors being grown as well because they are quite a useful thing. But their speed is a little bit slow, purely because of rubber belt, which is all down to our tree greenhouse. Not that one, that one. Which then pumps into the part producer to create rubber, which is 5 of each is required. That goes then into another part producer to produce a rubber belt, which is 2. So that's effectively 10 bits of biomass per rubber belt, which is a little bit of a slow process. But as I don't need when I need rotors, I need them, but I don't always need them straight away, if that makes any kind of weird sense. And so I'm just happy just to let that run. I'm not going to worry about maximizing production of that at this point in time, just purely because of the size of the tree greenhouses. Otherwise I'm going to have to start mucking about with that. And what else we got up in this new one I've created? I've got some reinforced frames being created en masse, and insulation layers, some more osmium and osmium ore. So yeah, so we're starting to get ourselves a good amount of the main production components created in there, which is nice. And again, once everything gets to capacity in the warehouse, things will stop being having to be moved around, so our power usage should drop during night times, which should then hopefully allow the other componentry to be able to catch up a little bit. You know, Sounds like I haven't directly run out of stuff since I started doing this. One thing I have noticed is on some factory games that I've played, your conveyor belts will keep on pushing stuff along, even if the output ending is full. This one doesn't work like that. If your conveyor belt is full and you've got a part about here, and the output end is full, that part stays there. Just a little bit more how a real world conveyor would work, obviously, because at that point you'd stop your conveyor if the output can't go through. So whatever else is backed up on the belt will stay backed up on the belt. It won't necessarily come and push its way up almost to the end. So just bear that in mind if you are doing your own kind of build. I have thrown a living compartment in there, but I'm going to go back to my main base for the moment. You can have a look what I've done over here. I've got another few bits and pieces tucked away around here. Got a couple more area fertilizers going, so I've got some trees coming around this side. And I've done the same again around this corner. There we go. So I've got a little bit growing there, so I'm trying to get at least some of the more areas for pockets of oxygen production. Oops, a daisy. Not do that. Let's not nosedive into the mountain. I forgot if you hit shift, it nosedives the plane. Its usual trying to avoid hitting the mountains gets overridden if you do that. It's quite good fun that you can do a sharp dive, but still, you don't want to end up kind of like that. Not a good look. At least it deployed its landing gear. It was trying to land. I just happened to land in the wrong axis. So it is still possible to catastrophically screw up your landing. But you have to really go some to do it. Oh, one thing I should point out as well is the ship recall station. So this is one of the componentry that you can unlock down here, which requires some computers and a couple the controller. And this means if you have your spaceship stuck somewhere, I managed to get it stuck in the side of a mountain, and I couldn't get to it, so I'd come all the way back, run all the way back over, and set up a ship recall station, and that will just ping the ship straight back to your platform. So you've got to have a platform down for it to go to, and that'll pull it back to the nearest platform. So yeah, just bear that in mind if you will do what I did, which is jump out part way above a mountain, and then it tries to go and park itself somewhere, and seems to clip through into the side of a mountain. Not my best day of work, but you know, hey, it happened. Right, so material analyzer. So we've got our osmium now to look at analyzing. So let's get that going, and then we'll see what this unlocks. Cool. Oh, conveyor level 3. Advanced miner level 2. Lovely. A tunnel drill. Oh, tunnels. Geothermal plants. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, I want those. Oh. Composite beams. Damn you, what are you? Haven't gotten to you yet, because I hadn't needed anything. An osmium alloy. Now that's going to be one of the things I was going to look at doing this episode, because I hadn't deployed an alloy station yet. So, you know, an alloy forge. But I'd made sure to get all my componentry ready to go so I can drop these out. Combines metals and other materials to create advanced alloys and composite parts. Part of the reason for doing that is because I want to be able to look at... oh, we've got the advanced forge as well. I can't remember whether I unlocked that in the previous video or not, but yep, so we've got the advanced forge. Expand production capabilities, including the ability to produce steel. So if I drop the alloy forge out, where's the space I can drop it down? That'll do. Right, so if I drop you out, there we go. Unlocks new recipe: railway, double track railway, steel alloy, yes, freight car, lovely. Rail supports, great. So we're going to get train lines going in. Locomotive, oh yeah. And a buffer stop, that's good. And a train station, ooh. Now that could be interesting if we have train lines going to the back end of the tier 2 warehouses. So what options does the advanced forge do? So it'll do a steel ingot, the iron ingots, copper as usual, silica, cement, yeah, coal coming in from wood. I haven't found a good alternate for the wood yet. You can't just turn biomass into coal, it'd be nice. So, steel alloy, iron ingots, and graphene. So there we go. So now we know, there's the alternative recipe of iron ingots and coal. But for us, I think it's going to be iron ingots and graphene. Okay, that's cool. Because you're going to need the composite beams that needs, was it steel alloy? Get out of it. Oh, osmium alloy, sorry. That's what we needed, the alloy forge. Right, let's go dump one of them out. Let's see what that unlocks. Then we'll check what items it needs in it. So you are no, you've got 2 items coming in the side. One water coming in the back. And out goes the front. So we've got osmium alloy. Whee! Is that all it unlocks? Okay. So, what do we need for steel alloy? Needs iron ingots and graphene. Yep, we saw that one already. But we can get that in the level 2 foundry, so that's no major drama. And osmium alloy is osmium ingots and gold ingots. Okay. So, let's go back round to our production facility and let's go see if we've got some spare capacity somewhere in there to tuck in another building, or the production chain. I know this does look a lot like conveyor belt spaghetti, and I do understand that. For anyone with OCD, I do apologise. I've just thrown stuff down and hoped for the best, really. Doink. There you go, you're kind of parked. You know what they say? Any landing you can walk away from is actually a landing, not a crash. Anyway, right, so we need an alloy forge that we can get our... So we need graphene, which I should have somewhere around here. I've seen enough of it in this area. Right, so you're copper, you're an iron deposit that's not going majorly anywhere else. You're going over there, you're building what over this side? This is my... what are you outputting? That's my carbon fibre. That's reinforced frames. Okay, so that's the iron beams being created this side. Again, I've got a load of them, but they're not massively necessary to have a full warehouse load immediately. That can be one I could potentially nick out chunk. Oh, what are you? You're graphite. Look at that. Almost as if the universe knew we needed this. Sweet. Good. Oh, I had one already there. Oh, for God's sakes. Right, so I need... Have I got a spare space in that warehouse? You got 5 in use there. So let's throw another warehouse up. What's on the other side of that? Nothing. Right, a gold deposit over there though. Ooh, gold was for one of the items I needed. That was the osmium alloy. That was it. So, having a gold deposit over there not being in use could work out really nicely. Right, let's stick you next to you. You roughly on the same plane? Yeah, close enough for cash. Right, now, didn't I have an osmium around here somewhere? An osmium deposit. Oh, look at that. That one's not in use, so we can grab that bad boy. And we'll use the gold as well. Right, let's go find the gold. It's on like a bloody leprechaun. Where's my gold? There you are. Look at that. Perfecto. Cool. So if we dump... Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get design points for any of my kind of factory builds. I just do for a... I just do them in a will it bloody work. I don't do it for design. Maybe if I do one of the other worlds, I might try and go a little bit more for style points, but at the moment, not really. Oh, actually, what do I need from a train? Train, I've got all the items for. I should need to get the sensor arrays and the controllers built. Those, pretty much everything's in there. The train station, got everything in there for that. Buffer stops, yeah, okay, I need the sensor arrays. Double track, single track. Nice. Probably go with the double track, if I had to be honest. I think this is probably going to be, at some point, I would need to look at having isolated areas off to go and get everything moved into like a central repository area. But maybe that'll be another time. I mean, I've got a lot of world to play with. At the moment, I'm just kind of, as this is the kind of first real playthrough, this is kind of the quick and dirty, let's throw everything down and make sure it all at least kind of works. And we need the alloy forge. You can have your water coming in the back, gold coming in that side, then we'll have the osmium come in the other side, and go. You go in there, you can come out of here, you can go up into slot 1. Come on. Yeah. Hey, look at that. That's kind of a nice... Even got a bit of modern art for you. There you go, you see. Who says I can't do any kind of design? Look at that. Right. Law of unintended consequence there. Let's get you in place. Vaguely in the right place. Okay, osmium. Where are you? That was the blue one, wasn't it? Jump over that. Oh, you're going to be right in the middle of this lot, so I'm going to have huge stuff going up. Ah, there's my osmium deposit. I did put a miner in it. Good. Now I just have to work out a nice way of getting this over there. So I kind of want to go there and throw that up a bit. Let's get you defying the laws of physics. Keep you up that way. Stay vertical for a good long while. I mean, it's nice that you can run all this way still holding the ghost image of the conveyor belt, because that's quite a lot that it lets you put in. I know in some games you've only got a finite amount of distance that it will draw out a conveyor belt before it keels off, but that's done quite nicely. Now obviously it's going to be a little while. Can I get up there? I can. Right, let's just make sure we get actually some of the ore coming down the pipe, and I'll grab some oxygen while I'm here. It's not like I haven't got enough. That should only take a mo, because this is... Oh, actually, yes, we unlocked conveyor of level 3, didn't we? And that requires osmium alloy. Okay, here it comes now. Speaking of the devil. Because once we start getting some osmium alloy in, we can start talking about upgrading the conveyors. And how you go about upgrading your conveyors. Because if you've all noticed, all of these conveyors now are dark grey and orange, where they were a lighter grey earlier on. Because I've moved these all up into level 2 conveyors, hence why they're running a bit faster. So, let's see how we're doing. Oh, I didn't select a recipe. That was my mistake. And of course I realise I've completely taffed something up because I wasn't paying attention. There we go. Right, let's get you out of there. We're a little bit short on the water, but okay. Let me turn you into some gold bars. That's fine. Turn you into gold bars. That should do. May cut a bit of that back. That one. That'll do. And then you go in there. That'll do. Gold ingots, thank you. Right. Let's try that again. Now, I may need to put another water pump down if I'm not getting enough water coming in. But we can give it a go. How much gold does it need? Oh, see, I've done it twice as well, because I'm a blithering bloody idiot. Hey! I didn't put the... I just threw it together and didn't even read the instructions. It needs to be ingots. There we go. Right, you should be osmium ingots. Thank you very much. Let me throw the conveyor belt back in. Remember, boys and girls, always read the bloody instructions. Read the recipe. Our stuff ain't gonna work. For some reason, I read ingots and saw it as ore. Don't ask. Oh, hang on. Let me check something. No, okay, so... Oh no, that's that one, sorry. Wrong one. What was the other one I wanted? It was the... Advanced Forge, wasn't it? That was what I was looking at. Oh no, that's steel. Which one was I looking at for? Alright, no. I just completely and totally misread what the hell was going on. Because I'm a blithering muppet. Well, there we go. Alright, so we're not doing enough water. So let us change that quickly. Let me throw down a pipe hub. Where are you roughly? I'll throw you roughly there. That'll mean you can go there. You can go into there. You can go up. Ooh, no. Angle's wrong. But I may be able to go that way. I wonder. Can I do that? And then... Oh! Hell no. No, 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 no. Not happening. Not happening. Right, you can go. You can go. Let me pop that down there. Give me a better angle to work from. Don't mind some things looking a little janky, but that was a bit too much, even for my budget line tastes and sensibilities when it comes to bad factory design. Let's put you there. At least you're roughly somewhere I can get some pipe work in. That'll do. Right, is that enough water? 30 odd percent. How much water does this damn thing need? 300 litres a second. Fair enough. Alright, well let's throw a third one in. Can I get you in the middle there? Come on. Yeah, you'll do. Good. Right, let's get rid of you. And we'll put you going into here. You can go into there. And then you, my friend, can come in to that side. Oh, that is far enough off that everything is working together. Sweet. Okay, so we're still about 50%, but we are in a hot area, and we are in water that isn't 100% pure yet. So, you know, I'll take a little bit of down on there. So, how are we doing on here? We got 44. Right. So let's have a look. Upgrading conveyors. Ooh, oxygen. Nearly. So when you upgrade the conveyors, there's not a way that you can just click on something, hit U and upgrade it. You have to choose a new conveyor, and then if you click on there, that will then, with the right left mouse button, you can upgrade your conveyor. So we'll just do that for that short section. There we go, and that now gets its new colour. Hey, get up there. Right, so if we do that for over here, see the difference in speed. Cool. So, that's great. We can easily look at getting these upgrading. Now, that's obviously going to be a bit of a mission for me, because I'm going to have to go around and I'm going to have to upgrade every single chaffing conveyor belt in my entire bloody factory. Which, hell, you know, we're going to need to do it, so we'll get it done. Right, anyway, so... have I got an iron deposit that currently doesn't have anything on it? I think have got something on it? because I want to get my steel alloy working up as well. So I think you're that one over there. Are you the one I'm looking at? Oh no. No, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Oh, that one. Slightly further in. So you are a graphite block. That was the one I wanted. And then... So if I can get 2 miners on a single ore pile... So I couldn't get one working earlier when I tried it. Let's have another go. If maybe I was just being completely cack-handed and unable to make it work, but... So I've got 2 on that graphite. I mean, I wonder if it's because the graphite is a large block rather than an ore node. Wonder if it maybe is picking it up because it's a deposit. It doesn't allow the second auto miner. Auto miner? No, that's mine mogul. Large. Oh, hang on. Did I see something go almost blue then? Oh, it must have just been where it clipped into me, where I was clipping through the hologram. No, okay, it looks like it won't allow us to have a second miner down on there. Okay, it is what it is. But what we can potentially look at doing, see if we've got enough to upgrade that. You're doing 111 per minute, 110, 120, good. Right, so let's cut a chunk out of this. That's a big flipping chunk. I wasn't expecting quite that much, but alright. I'll take it. I kind of don't have a choice. You can go in there, and let's quickly fill you back in. Hold on. There you go. And there you go. You can go back up over there. Thank you very much. We have a floaty bit of gold ore. And we've got then, that'll be our graphite coming out this, or, right. Stop and let us look at the recipe. You are going to be... Right, so you're going to need water. And... Right, let's make sure I know what I'm looking at first of all. For steel. Steel alloy, it's iron ingots and graphene. So that's just the graphene out of the ground. So that one should be pretty simple. You will need iron ingots to be created. So you're going to have to go into a forge to be ingoted. Throw that in there, and we'll throw a 6 up there. Oh, quite dizzying to look at that. You're going to create my iron ingots. Brilliant. So the iron ingots are going to come out that side, go into there. Are you going to clip through? Are you clipping through that? Not quite. You're a slightly different plane. Good. And you're dropping out graphene as it stands. That's cool. Oh, no. Number 6 I wanted. Thank you very much. Make sure you're not going completely elaborate. No, that looks alright. So, I should... Now, you're going to need 3 flipping... water tanks, aren't you? Right, let's work our way around. I need to get you round this way. Okay, that's good. And throw you forward. run you along the coastline here. Good. Let's rattle you along. Can I get you into there? Okay, you seem like you're going up the right way. That'll do. That'll leave us room to pass some other conveyors and pipes and things around there. And that'll get us to the other pipes. Did you go into 2 or are you into 3? Oh, you got into 3. Oh, you sod. I wanted you to go into 2. Damn you. Up or back do you go? Oh, you go there. Good. Alright, that's not the end of the world. Can I get you into 2? I can, and only with a very mild bit of clipping. Not going to worry too much about that for the moment. Now, we need to get the water in. Well, at least we're on the cooler side of the area, which is quite nice. So let me get a bit of pipe work. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's start from our pipe hub. Let's throw you down here. Put you on the edge. Let's throw pipe. Ooh. Where the flippin' heck are you heading? I'll put you into you. You're going quite the circuitous route around, aren't you? I'll put you in there. That's better. That's a tighter turn. Doesn't have to be quite that far around, did it? Anyway, right. Let us go and where are we? Pump. 1. Let's get you 2 and you number 3. Sweet, and then we'll throw in our water into here, into the middle, and into the side. There we go. So it's not 100% at the moment, but that should be enough. There we go. You see, we're starting to get our steel alloy coming in. So we've got 60% of the water, so hey, that's not the end of the world. Like I said, I'm not gonna be absolutely min-maxing this factory setup. This is literally just a first time playthrough. We have multiple other planets to play with. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks. And can we at least be getting stuff working? So I'm kind of liking that. It's not the ideal, but hell, it'll work. You know. That's my general principle at the minute, is will the bloody thing work? Fine. Right, that's good. And at least we're starting to... Because one of the things I've noticed with the game is when you've unlocked a piece of technology, you've got to place it somewhere. If you don't, you can't then unlock something or other else. So, you know, it's one of those things you have to keep an eye out for. So, what else have I unlocked that I haven't? So I need composite beams. So composite beams, we go and I need a hub. I need my hub. Where have I gone? Gone this way. So if I head over this way, around there. Ah, there it is. My hub's over there. I did build myself a little hub near to this area, which I'm going to need to get into in a moment because I'm running low on oxygen. And I need some food as well. Isn't the greatest placement because if you go in the wrong way when you step out the door, you get stuck. Anyway, right, let's have some food. That'll do. Alright, so your composite beams. So, let's have a look. Osmium alloy and iron beams. Now that's great, because over by where we've done our osmium alloy, there's another line coming in on the next warehouse over for steel beams for one of the other components that we're building. So that's great. We can go and tack off that line, and we can start making those composite that composite item that we need. And that can go into number. There's a few odd places where stuff gets you stuck on the landscape if you're not careful. Some of it is conveyor belts, so you have to watch that, because sometimes conveyor belts will be you think you're going somewhere and you're not actually, because you're standing on a conveyor belt. Other times it's because you're actually stuck in the terrain itself. So let's go run over this way. Find where's my steel beams being made. You're in here. That's doing my steel beams, and you're doing reinforced frames. Right, let's close you out for a moment, and let's close part of you out for the moment. And I'm going to move my steel beam conveyor slightly over, because I want to... Oopsie, there we go, you see, getting yanked off. I'm not getting enough iron rods in for the iron beams. Okay, that I'll need to work on. But let us go and pinch an output from here. Yes, you can probably look at moving some of these items closer together. I've just been a lazy sod and just thrown together what I can find and get working. Ooh, will you like that angle? Yes, it seems to. Alright, that's pretty cool. Oops, there we go. And then you need to cut a little bit of you out. So you were steel beams and was it the reinforced frames? There we go. It's cool. That's where our carbon fibers coming into. So you're going into you. You're into you. And that definitely was conveyor belt that time. Yeah, as you can see, that was conveyor belt. Right, good. Get up there. Okay. So, tier 3 conveyors will become a pain in your posterior if you stand on them. I'll suddenly throw you out of the way. Let me get you up there. And that'll be my osmium alloy is over that away. That'll do. me get a chunk of my... Let me grab some of my osmium alloy while I'm here. Let me quickly cancel part of that. Oh, that'll do. You go in that way. Where are you going? Why are you suddenly flying? What the heck's going on here? Come on. Do. Right. Say it again, efficiency is not my middle name when it comes to just throwing a factory together. If I was actually going to spend the time to actually plan it out, yes, it probably would be. But I'm not really planning this out. This is just kind of on the fly. Composite beam, that was it. Now I'm quite close to that forge. This is going to be interesting. Oh, the parts producer. Oh no, it's a forge. I was right the first time. That should be all good. Yes, there it is. Lovely. Look at that. So you're going to come out this way. Up under here. Get you up there. Get in there, you bugger. There we go. Only slightly clipping through the top step. Not the end of the world. Right. You're waiting on your iron beams. So iron beams are going to be the slow component of that, but we can deal with that. So what is causing the iron beams to be slow? That was iron rods. What's causing the iron rods to be slow? I imagine probably because I've stolen some of the iron supply. Yep, which pretty much seems correct. So, realistically, I'm going to need to cut a bit of you out. And we're going to throw a conveyor merger into play. So you come from anywhere, you go into there. Right, where's roughly going to fit in okay? Going to go in there alright? It should just go in there okay. That should go there. And then you should come out there and marry up onto that. Okay. You're not merging in because that's going in and disappearing. Yep, that's the exit point, so that's exiting okay. That's correct. You are not entering correctly. Let's clear that out and let's try making that reattach correctly. You attach correctly now? No. See, that's the problem. There is some slightly janky physics that still happens, but... There we go. Now it's working. Perfect. Okay, cool. So you've got a splitter there. Where are you going? Oh, you got iron rods going in there. Ooh. You're my iron plates. And your second line is doing... Okay, so it's not... So really I need to get that in. I need an ore pile throwing in something into there. let me pop it on pause. I'll go and find some more iron ore, and I'll go and add that into the merger. Bear with me a mo. Alright, there we go. So we found another ore pile that was actually over there that had no mine or anything attached to it. So now we've got a nice fresh supply full of brand new ore coming in. So that's going to go in against what's coming in from this side. So this should now be providing us loads and loads of ingots. So those are going through at a faster click. So now we're getting more steel coming in, and we're getting a few more iron beams popping up. So now we're starting to get our composite beams ready to go. So if we look in here, we now have 4. So it's a start. It's a process. It can just sit and chug away to itself. I may come back and look at optimizing some of these factories, or at least doing some form of optimization. I'm not really that concerned at the moment with how quickly everything's coming through. I think I may have to look at... Now, they do say... This may go completely wrong, but we'll see how it goes. They do say that the Advanced Forge is a faster, upgraded forge that expands production capabilities, including the ability to produce steel. Great. So, let us have a look. This forge produces, what, 50 odd a minute? So let us get rid of you. Get rid of a bit of you. And then let us throw in one of these forges. And let us clear that belt out. Good. There we go. Done. Now, instead of being a straight line pull through, it now does pulling in from either side. So, you're going to work quite nicely. Let's set you up for iron ingots, wasn't it? There we go, 200 a minute. Now that's more like it. Nice. So there we go. So I've got a lot, and I mean a lot of upgrading to do as I go around here. But, I mean, see, we're running out of iron ore coming in here to be able to keep up. So that's quite a nice problem to have. Again, with any kind of game like this where you have production chains, is what you want to do is you want to identify where your bottleneck is, clear that, and you'll find it will then move up the next stage of the chain, and then you've got to work on those bottlenecks and work it all the way back to source. So, but hey, we're getting somewhere, and that should mean we should have a nice number here, and once I start upgrading all of the forges for everything else, we should be on to quite a winner. Right, there we go, we've got 6 now, that's good. Again, these will come through a little bit faster, hopefully, as everything works its way down the line. I know these aren't huge numbers, but close enough for what we need. Right, so that will mean, what was that one? That was the geothermal plant. Now, geothermal plant, from what I can see there, is, you know, generally geothermal plants, you'd stick them around a hot area of your planet. Now, looking in here, we know this is a hot area. When we looked at the, where was it, tasks, planet analyzer, here we go. So as you can see, this area is hot, and this area is bloody roasting. So I'm hoping, when I saw the geothermal plant, I thought, oh, can I put a geothermal plant down here, and potentially around here, and possibly, I mean, this is a cooler area, but it might produce something that can balance out, because that says 800 to 1400 megawatt. Can that balance out our solar panels, because they're obviously offline at night time? Can a geothermal plant do enough to tide us over? Don't really know, but I really want to try. So I think that'll be for the next video, because then by then we'll have a bunch of composite beams created, and I also did the osmium drills as well, and computers I'd already got put into a production chain. So yeah, just waiting on the composite beams. So that'll do us for this video. I'll go around and I'll do all my conveyor upgrading, and I'll probably look at trying to upgrade my level 1 forges to level 2 forges, and then have to rerun all my conveyor belts. That's going to be painful spaghetti, so I won't make you watch that. But yeah, you've seen it once, you know what's going to have to be done. So I won't torture you with that for everything else in my spaghetti factories. But anyway, thank you very much indeed for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. And if you've got any thoughts, questions, or anything else like that, drop them in the comments down below. Otherwise, thank you very much indeed. I'll see you next time. You take care now. Alright, bye bye.